Hey guys, welcome back again. We're going to keep talking about one-step equations and how to solve them, and we're going to talk about some one-step equations that involve subtraction. So let's start with the equation x minus 4 equals negative 6. Well, you might not be able to do, actually take that back. Let's start with x minus 4 equals positive 6. Well, you might already know in your head that 10 minus 4 equals 6, and therefore you would know that if you substitute in 10 for x, you would get 6. But as we did in the last case, let's talk about this in a more algebraic way, because as things become more complicated down the road, you are going to need to think about it this way. So, let's start doing the same thing we did last time. We want to talk about what we need to do to undo subtraction. Well, the opposite of subtraction is addition. And before I do anything, don't worry about this line right here. That's not really like a division sign or anything. But whatever I do to one side of the equation, I've got to do to the other side of the equation. Before I even start doing any calculations, you should do this. So, well, negative 4 plus 4 is 0, and 6 plus 4 is 10. Well, this is good news, because this is what we knew from the other side, right? So if we bring the x down, there's no need to bring the 0 down, because that's just nothing. And we can bring the 10 down, and then I know that negative x minus 4 equals 6, and if I plugged in 10 for x, it would make this equation true. Okay, let's try it with one other. We'll do the same problem, but we'll make it a negative 6. X minus 4 equals negative 6. And we'll approach this algebraically, because you might not be able to, in your head, know how to do this immediately. So I ask you again, how do we undo subtract 4? Well, we can undo subtract 4, right, by adding 4 like we did before. Before I do any calculations again, I want you to do the same thing on both sides of the equations, because this thing has to stay equal and balanced. Negative 4 plus 4, 0. Negative 6 plus 4, well, hopefully you guys know from the last unit that that is negative 2. Bring down what's left in the equation. We have an x. No need to bring down the 0. Put the equal sign in, and x equals negative 2. Well, let's check our work. Does negative 2 minus 4 equal negative 6? Well, if I owed somebody $2 and someone took away $4 more, I would in fact owe them $6. We could also think about this on the number line, just in case. I sometimes encourage you guys to think about it in the number line. So if we start at negative 2, and I know that subtraction is going to send me this way, and I need to go back 4 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to put me at negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. So yes, in fact, the answer to negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6. And if we plugged in, I like my colors here, if I plugged in 6 over here, negative 2, just negative 2, I would in fact end up with negative 6 as my answer. So it works out. And that is it for solving one-step equations with subtraction.